two men, same level of effort, same level of devotion, both showing up, both investing, both genuinely caring about the woman in their life. But one of them is being quietly taken for granted. His time consumed, his energy absorbed, his generosity accepted without real appreciation. And the other one. She thinks about losing him, and something tightens in her chest. She cannot imagine her life without him in it. Same effort, completely different outcome. The difference has nothing to do with looks, nothing to do with money. It has everything to do with one thing: how he sees himself, and whether that self-perception shows up in how he moves, how he speaks, and what he is willing to accept. Today, we are drawing that line clearly, so you can look honestly at which side of it you currently stand on, and exactly what it takes to cross it. Let's get into it. Number 1. The man women use is always available. The man they fear. Losing has a life that doesn't stop for anyone. The man who gets used has made himself permanently, unconditionally accessible. Cancel plans? He adjusts. Call at midnight? He answers. Need something done? He drops everything. And every single time he does this, he communicates one thing: you are more important than anything else in my world. That sounds romantic. In reality, it is the fastest way to become invisible. When a man is always available, his presence loses value. It becomes expected rather than appreciated. She stops feeling lucky to have his time because his time has no scarcity. And things without scarcity lose their perceived worth. This is not a relationship principle. It is basic human psychology. The man women fear losing has a life that genuinely competes for his time. His career, his purpose, his friendships, his personal growth. These things are real and they matter to him. When he gives her his time, she feels it as a gift rather than a guarantee. Availability without selectivity is not devotion. It is self-erasure, and nobody fears losing what they've never had to earn. Number 2. The man women use accepts whatever he's given. The man they fear losing knows exactly what he won't tolerate. The man who gets used has flexible standards, not because he doesn't have values, but because his desire for her approval consistently overrides them. She is inconsistent. He adjusts. She is disrespectful. He forgives immediately. She gives minimum effort. He gives maximum in response, hoping the gap closes on its own. It never does. Because here is what happens psychologically when a man accepts behavior below his standard. The woman on the other side of that dynamic does not feel grateful. She feels a subtle, growing disrespect she often cannot even articulate. Something in her instincts registers. This man does not fully believe he deserves better, and she begins to agree with that assessment. The man women fear losing enforces his standard, not aggressively, not dramatically, but consistently and calmly. When something is unacceptable, he says so directly and means it. When a pattern repeats that he has already addressed, he does not lecture. He adjusts his level of investment accordingly. She learns quickly that his standards are real, not decorative. A man with real standards creates real respect, and respect is the soil that genuine attachment grows in. Number 3, the man women use needs her validation. The man they fear. Losing validates himself. This is the deepest difference. the one that sits underneath every other behavior on this list. The man who gets used has placed his emotional headquarters inside the relationship. His mood depends on her mood. His confidence rises when she approves and falls when she withdraws. He needs consistent reassurance that she is happy, that she loves him, that everything is okay, because without that reassurance, he cannot fully function. She feels that need, even when he tries to hide it, and it creates a quiet but persistent pressure in the relationship, the feeling that she is responsible for his emotional stability, that if she has a bad day, his world collapses, that if she needs space, she will have to manage his reaction to it. That pressure does not make her feel loved. It makes her feel trapped. The man women fear losing carries his own emotional weight. He does not need her to be in a good mood to be in one himself. He does not need constant reassurance to feel secure. His confidence comes from his relationship with himself, his discipline, his purpose, his self-knowledge, not from how she treats him on any given day. That self-possession is magnetic in a way that need never is. Because a man who does not need you, but genuinely chooses you, is the rarest and most compelling thing a woman can encounter. Stop outsourcing your emotional stability to the relationship. The man who owns his inner world is the man nobody wants to lose. 3 distinctions. 1 principle. The man women use is available without selectivity, accepting without standards, and validated from the outside in. The man they fear losing has a life worth protecting, standards worth respecting, and a sense of self that exists independently of any relationship. Look honestly at where you are right now, not with judgment, with clarity, because clarity is where change actually begins. If this hit home today, like the video and subscribe. We are here every single week with content that goes deeper than the surface. Drop a comment below. Which of these 3 areas are you currently working on? Let's build together. Watch the next video on screen. Keep going. Know your worth. Live it daily. See you next time.